Throughout the 2012 season, we were granted exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the TT Legends racing team as they took on some of the toughest bike races in the world. For 7 races, from Suzuka in Japan to Oschersleben in Germany, from Le Mans to the legendary Isle of Man, we followed these ordinary men doing extraordinary things. John McGuinness is the Morecambe missile, ex-bricklayer and muscle picker. He's won the Isle of Man TT 19 times. Simon Andrews is the fearless young gun and a proven winner who's fighting back from a serious injury. And Cameron Donald, Australia's fastest plumber and 2-time winner of the Isle of Man. Together, they are the TT Legends. The team are in France for the final event of the season. Le Mans is the spiritual home of 24-hour endurance racing. And while it is most famous for cars, the Bugatti circuit here has hosted a day-long bike race since 1978. The TT Legends are second in the championship and have a chance of being crowned world champions, as team manager Russell Benny explains.
I'm an optimist and we could come out on top, of course we could. But the realist in me says that we're up against some stiff competition. There are 5 teams that can do it, and we're one of those 5. So mathematically, we're in the right position.
Rejoining the team at Le Mans is Simon Andrews. He's still not fit enough to race after his crash at the Isle of Man TT, but he'll be testing the bike as he continues to recover.
His bones have been repairing since the TT crash, which was a serious one, but he's not race fit. So we're putting him on the bike, keep him in touch with the team, keep his face familiar.
Come to have a play, really. I was a bit bored, arms started to work a little bit. It works, it functions, but it could just do with pinpointing how it functions and what we need. I was with the surgeon 2 days ago, so I've had the all clear on the leg. I couldn't even notice where the ankle was broken in 3, so I healed it well. I'm nervous, getting on the bike and really getting to a first turn and seeing how it works.
Subbing for Simon in the race is local rider Mathieu Genet, or as he's now known, Matthew McGuinness.
Matthew's a highly competent French superbike rider, currently 6th in the championship. He appears an enthusiastic and reliable young man. It's going to be great to really see how he goes in the race.
He's new, he's bright, he's keen, so he's got experience, so if we can learn anything from him or he can learn something from us, then good,
The other rider is very fun, very nice man, and we have good, I think, good feel together with bike, and we want the same, and it's very good for me, and I am very happy to ride with us because it's legend for me.
Practice begins in perfect conditions, but all is not well with John and his transponder, the gadget that records his lap times.
Just busy with traffic, hard to get by, it's hard to pass, and end up running to the side of somebody, which is not like my style, and they knock somebody off and getting a bit frustrating, and someone was in here poking me in the arm about my transponder. Some official like that poking me, so he was about that close to getting a smack in the jaw. Flying around risking me, he's poking me saying my transponder's not good. It's their transponder anyway. Yeah. They provide them, so it's their thing, not mine.
That transponder thing was our mistake. The second man transponder got fitted into the first man's armband. So if that's the biggest problem we have today, that would be great.
Just in a huff. Still getting huffs at 40,
Bike fans in France are intensely passionate and a little crazy about their teams and riders. In the pit lane walkabout, the TT Legends draw a big crowd.
A round of applause to John McGuinness, mesdames et messieurs. Voilà, John.
This is France, this is Le Mans, this is what it's like. They're real endurance enthusiasts. It's only like this in France, to be truthful. This is their national sport, isn't it?
Mathieu takes the bike out using his local knowledge to help the team. The TT legends qualify a solid 8th. And Simon gets back in the saddle for the first time since the Isle of Man.
Hey, who's this? You're fresh, yeah, how are you? Sorry, mate. I'll put it back.
I'm excited about riding a bike again, you know, so I really hope that the shoulder just works and as we go out. Since hitting the wall in the TT, this is a really big step. Yeah, I am nervous, you know. This is completely stupid, I shouldn't be here.
Well, isn't he? I think he should be pleased with himself.
I'm just happy that the arm worked. I managed like 5 laps before the pain kicked in, stopped, but once I started using it I went back out again. You know, I knocked nearly another 3 seconds off because the arm would function, and that's what it's like with everything, with physio, with training. You do a bit and then stop, and then you do a bit more and then it works a bit better, and that's just all that you can do really. I'm going to be brand new in 2 months.
I think it's amazing performance. His body is not in good condition. He's halfway through his rehabilitation process to normal. So I think to do 1:42s, only a couple of seconds behind the other guys, is yeah, it's a phenomenal performance. He'll be really pleased, I know that.
It's just nice, you know, ahead of schedule, managed to ride a motorbike.
It's race day, and the intoxicated crowd are going mad for it.
Any big event like this, when you've got 100,000 people going to be here at the start of an event, is quite exciting. The nearer it gets to the start, the more exciting, the more intense it becomes, but we still got to remain calm at the end of the day. It's once you start losing that calmness, that's when mistakes can be made. So right up until the race begins, we just go through the normal procedure that we've always had in place.
The atmosphere now is pretty special. We'll start the race first few hours. Last round, isn't it? There's a lot of hours, a lot of laps got into it. So if we have an absolute miracle, becoming world champions, and I think we've got more chance of the Queen's handbag, to be honest. But you never know.
I started here last year, and there's a lot more tension knowing you're going to start the race as much as the actual process of starting it. It's how much time you have to spend out in the grid. You leave pit lane half an hour, 40 minutes before the race starts, with all the procedure and the festivities and everything, and then your 2 warm-up laps. So on a hot day like this, I'll be happy to be out there holding the umbrella for John, I think.
As the crowd gets revved up for the start, the soaring temperatures are even affecting the grid girls, let alone the riders, who have to sweat in their leathers for 40 minutes before the off.
Very nervous, anxious. I think it's the worst bit starting the race, isn't it, as well? So it's got to sit out there and boil now because it's that hot. I think it's about 30 degrees out there, so it'll be all right.
It's a 24-hour race. All we can do is go out there and do what we can do, get the head down, ride fast, stay out of trouble, and I think, you know, fate will take care of itself, and that's what's going to happen in this race.
Yeah, I'm not really a Usain Bolt, I'm more of a Usain Blob. It's just, you know, I'm not really built for running, to be fair, but I haven't got to run far, I'm only going to run maybe 20 metres or whatever it is, so I've just got to do about 300 laps, so yeah, easy. You know, all the day's work, you know.
So many teams have the opportunity of winning the race, winning the championship, improving their position. You know, everyone's going to be going for it.
Each rider has his own way of preparing for a stint, and Mathieu is no different. This is not John McGuinness. After a chaotic first stint, John pits in 12th place and hands over to Mathieu.
I got to the bike pretty quick. I was impressed with my run, and then he was a bit lazy getting away, but I didn't feel too bad. I just, like I say, it's just a little bit hectic at the start. We've all got heavy fuel loads on, and some people are wide and making mistakes and that, so I'm just like, woo, don't want to get involved in that.
A wonderful start by John, definitely. The team agenda is stay out of trouble for the first couple of hours, then start building once everything's comfortable. That's why we chose him from the beginning. He's the most mature and unfazed sort of guy we've got on the team.
I hope we don't win the World Championship. I said I'd do a nude streak down the pit lane if I win, so that will be embarrassing.
Coming up in part 2, we find out if John keeps his promise to do a streak, while Simon journeys into the crazy campsites.
Day 1 in Mad Max. We're still alive.
Cameron is out on track, and after 70 laps, the boys are up to 5th. It's a decent start, but they're still behind their championship rivals. With the race settling down, Simon goes exploring the campsites at his peril.
Day 1 in Mad Max. We're still alive. Progress.
You're a driver?
Yeah.
For
TT Legends.
Okay.
With McGuinness.
You're John.
We came out. No. I'm too slim to be John.
Oh, yeah.
I'm his teammate.
After the craziness of the campsites, Simon escapes to the calm of the Ferris wheel to reflect on life as a TT legend.
You know, I enjoy the travelling, I enjoy the social side of it, you know, like the way we all eat and drink together, have lunch and dinner, and, you know, it's more enjoyable. It's racing and everything else rather than just in, race, and gone again. It's more of a lifestyle, which is, you know, what I like about it.
We've tried to develop a family atmosphere, but I've always tried to do that with any type of racing we have. I always say, for a team to be a successful team, they need to be a happy team. If they're not going to fit into our environment and work well with the people around them, I don't want them in the team, whether they're riders or the mechanics or any other member of staff. So having a happy environment is vitally important.
I think because we're away together for so long with each other, you become part of like this little TT Legends family.
Monster athlete. Oh.
Yeah, it's a really good atmosphere, and you know, you support each other really well, and having a laugh and having a few tears at the same time and stuff like that, yeah.
As night falls, Cameron is out on track. The team's ridden for 7 hours and 220 laps, but there's still another 17 hours to go before the championship's decided.
A bit frustrated that session. The lap times weren't really happening, and back markers are tired. They're making mistakes too, and it's smoky, and you're tired, and seeing aliens and UFOs and all kinds of. The most uncomfortable thing is around the back section of the track. You got to go down there and check it out. The smoke. It's like you're riding through a war zone. It's mental. It's like something out of Mad Max.
The smoke's drifting in from the campsites, where chaos seems to reign. The party continues into the night as the funfair and concerts fill up. Most revellers seem content with blowing up their bikes and setting fire to things. Few even notice the race. Sleep deprived and physically spent, Cameron is patched up by the team physio.
it's just a battle now between your mind and your body. So your mind's saying go on, your body's saying let me rest, and hopefully Russell doesn't get any crazy ideas about double stinting anyone. Better make sure I don't go too fast. So that doesn't happen. Yeah, I'm pretty tired, but you know, walk into that garage and have a look at some of my crew. They're in tatters.
Whilst Russell brings out his old mattress, foamy.
I guess it's bloody hard to sit in 5th place this whole race. It feels like we've been in 5th place all season. And it's, you know, here's what it is. We're doing our best and we are where we are. All right, let's go brush your teeth and try to wake up.
Dawn breaks and the team are still 5th. If things stay as they are, they'll miss out on the championship podium by a single place. It's getting tense.
It's actually quite a vulnerable time because somehow the guys' brains work faster than their bodies at this time of day. They wake up in their heads, but their bodies won't do what their brains are telling them. And that can catch you out on track, that mismatch. And Cameron's on the bike at the moment. We didn't really get a chance to brief him or remind him of that fact. We'll do it with the next rider, but this actually is the most dangerous session of the back half of the race. Your brain is awake, you know, your brain is alert, but your body is dead. And the two of them don't match sometimes. So I want you to be very, very careful. Just this one. Thanks, mate.
And it's not just the riders who are under pressure to perform. In the course of a 24-hour race, the team pits 25 times. After months of practice, the Legends pit crew is one of the fastest in the paddock, completing a stop in less than 20 seconds. In a single 24-hour race, the TT Legends use 52 tyres and 470 litres of fuel. John finishes his last stint of the season, and it's up to Mathieu to bring the bike home. The team are still a frustrating 5th.
So the young boy brings it home safe. It's the best we could achieve, really. All three of us have done our best. Top 5 at the moment. Just fingers crossed we can get it home. It's not over yet. There's 40 minutes left, so anything can happen.
Mathieu finishes the job and comes in 5th. And so, after a long, hard season, the team come 4th in the World Championship. Heartbreakingly, they miss out on a podium spot by a single point.
Sitting back and taking it all in, but great to see the atmosphere. Everyone just so relieved the 24 hours is done. Some disappointments, but we've got to be proud of ourselves too. It was a mighty effort, so everyone's so happy. It's been a long year.
We've proved our reliability. That's the 7th endurance race on the trot we've finished, and we finished every 24-hour race we've ever started, which is quite a record really for teams. Says a lot for the guys who put the bike together particularly, and the way the lads have ridden it too. Our target this year was to finish 3rd in the world. We finished 4th.
Everybody would like to finish the season on a podium. We have to accept there's work to be done.
We should be there. That's where we should be, on the podium, but we'll get on that one day.
Next year.
We'll get on that one day. Two teams to score points in every round this year. You know, the other team was world champions, and you know we just missed out top 3 in the world by a point. So I have to say I'm just a little bit disappointed in that, but I think as a team we did a good job.
We never know what next year holds, and it's kind of a bit of almost an anticlimax for it just to end like that.
We've got to make sure next year we're fighting for podiums all the time and hopefully top 3 in the World Championship.
For everyone in the team, it's been quite a year.
It's an emotional roller coaster, all the ups and downs, the exhaustion. It really takes you to the limit.
Working with the bike and the Legends team again, it was just great, you know. The bike never missed a beat.
That bit when you get tapped on the shoulder and you go out to ride the TT course, that's something I never want to give up. I won't forget the result because it's one of the closest TT finishes in history.
Yeah, I crashed. I'm quite happy that we're here to tell the tale, really.
Living in the 19, I don't know when this boy's going to stop.
I hope one day little Dicky Bird says, right, it's time to stop now, but at the moment, why shouldn't I stop?
I don't know if I'll be here or any of the other boys, so you've got to appreciate and enjoy it whilst you can.
Now, sitting back, I'm proud of what we did this year in the hours we raced a motorbike, and that's what'll get me back to doing it again.
I mean, I don't want to throw the towel in. I'm really enjoying it, you know. Got fantastic support from the wife here, Maisie, you and everybody, so it's a good little package for me, and, you know, long may it continue.